Hi there. Today we are going to talk about stem and leaf plot. Stem and leaf plot might sound like something which is too scary, but it's actually a very straightforward method of representing data in a sort of tabular format. Now the table consists of two columns where first of all you have a stem and a leaf column. Let's go through the question first, then we'll talk about the details about stem and leaf plot. So marks of 10 students in a class test are given below and the maximum marks are 100. And the scores are given below as 57, 50, 88 and so on till 100. And there are a couple of questions asked to us after that. So first of all, we have to make a stem and leaf plot. Now before doing this, it's always a good practice to go ahead and arrange the numbers in ascending order. So let's quickly go ahead and do that. So if I scan through the data, the smallest number is 50 and the next number is 57, then 64, then I have two 75s, 178, 80, 88, 91 and 100. So this is a data set given to me. What happens in a stem and leaf plot is the leaf part always comprises of the units data or the units digit in the data set. And the stem part has the tens digit or any digits apart from the units digit in the data set. So let's quickly go ahead and start plotting these numbers in a stem and leaf plot. So let's start with 50. So if you look at the data set, you have 50, 57, 64 and so on. So most of the numbers are two-digit numbers. I just have one three-digit number. So let's first take the numbers which are in the range from 50 to 60. So 50 to 57. So as I said, I'm going to write the tens part under stem and the units part under leaf. So I will write a 0 here and a 7. Then if I look at the 60 range, I have only one number. So I'm going to write the 6 here and 4 here. If I look at 70s range, so I have three numbers. So I'll write 7 here. And I'll write two 5s followed by a 8. Let me just extend this. In the 80s range, I have two numbers. So I'll write 8 here, a 0 here and a 8. In 90s, I have only one. I'll write 9 here and 1. And then I have 100. Now, how will we write 100? So as discussed, we'll take the units digit separately. So we are going to write 0 here. And whatever is left, we're going to write under stem. So under stem, we're going to write 10. Now let's go ahead and start answering the question. So first question we have already answered. We have already plotted the numbers in stem and leaf plot. The second one is we have to find the highest score. So I'll quickly scan through this. I can easily make out that 100 is the highest number. So this becomes 100 for me. Then find the lowest score. Lowest score is 50 for me. So as you can see, this is actually giving you a lot of insights in the data. Then you have to find the range. Range is nothing but your highest score minus your lowest score. So that becomes 100 minus 50 or nothing but 50 itself. Then find the mode of the data set. Now what is the mode? Mode is a number which has occurred the maximum number of times. To find the mode in the data set, what we're going to do is we're going to look at the leaf column and we're going to see if there are any numbers which are repeated. So I can see that in the 70s row, two 5s are repeated. That means 75 is a number which has occurred two times and there is no other number which is actually repeated on the right hand side if I look at each and every row. So that makes 75 as our mode. Now let's look at the sixth one. So we have to find the median of the data set. Now we know that we have 10 values and whenever we have even number of values, we know that median will be nothing but our number of values divided by 2th term and number of values divided by 2 plus 1th term and the mean of this, right? Or nothing but the mean of middle two values. That means in this case, mean of my 5th and 6th value. Now let's look at the 5th and 6th value. If I look from the leaf side, This is my first value, second value, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. So that means my fifth value is 75 and my sixth value is 78. So that means my median is nothing but mean of these two values, which is nothing but 76.5. Now let's look at the last one. So the last one says, what is the mean of the data set? Now there are multiple ways of doing this. You can either go ahead and take the sum of all these values and divide them by 10, or you can use what you have from the leaf and stem side. So let's go ahead and add all the values which are only under the leaf side of it. So 7 plus 4, 11, 11, and this is 19, 29, 30, and 38. Let's do the same thing on the stem side. Now on the stem side, it's a bit tricky because when I talk about 5, it is not 5, it is actually 50. And when I'm going to add this, I have to actually add it 2 times because there are 2 values, right? There is a 50 and there's a 57. So both of them will actually have a 50. So when I'm adding the stem side, I need to add 2 into 50. 6, I have only one value. So I'm just going to add 60. Let me make some space here. It's getting too cluttered. Okay. So when I talk about 7, there are 3 values. So I have to add 73 times. 8, there are 2 values. So I'll add 2 into 80. 9, there is only one value. So I'm just going to add 90. 10, also there is only one value. So I'm just going to add 100. So let's quickly go ahead and add this. This is 100, 160, 160, and 210. Which is 370, 370 plus 160 again, and I have a 90 and I have a 100, right? So 6, 6, 12, 12 and 10 is 22, and 2 to 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 20, right? And we had 38 there. So our total sum comes as 758. And since they're asking us for the mean, so the mean is nothing but 758 by 10, which is 75.8, right? So as you can see, your stem and leaf plot actually gives you a lot of insights in the data, and answering this kind of questions in your competitive exams is actually quite easy. If you like this video, please make sure that you're subscribing to this channel, and we will keep on posting more interesting videos here. Thank you.